As a seasoned business owner, I am sure you are very familiar and compliant with ADA rules and regulations. Here is a quick recap as a segue into the topic at hand, for new business owners. A recap is always a great idea to brush up on any new information, for instance in regards to websites. Please, take a moment to listen to this information. It could save your business or a colleague, friend or family member from a legal problem. Here is a quick recap and answers to common and oftentimes misunderstood requirements. Does ADA affect small businesses? Title III of the ADA also affects small businesses and prohibits discrimination because of disability in activities that are available to the public. There are tax incentives that can help with the costs of creating businesses that are more accessible or accommodating employees. What are ADA requirements for businesses? Businesses that serve the public must modify policies and practices that discriminate against people with disabilities, comply with accessible design standards when constructing or altering facilities, remove barriers in existing facilities where readily achievable, and provide auxiliary aids and services when needed. First off, what does ADA stand for? Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. What are ADA regulations? The Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, prohibits discrimination against people with disabilities in several areas, including employment, transportation, public accommodations, communications and access to state and local government programs and services. What is the most current ADA code? The 2010 ADA Standards for Accessible Design. These standards, from the Department of Justice, DOJ, were published on September 15, 2010, and took effect March 15, 2012. The 2010 standards replaced DOJ's original 1991 ADA standards, see below, and are the most current ADA standards from the federal government. The ADA applies to organizations and businesses that fit one or more of the following criteria. All local, county, state, and federal government agencies. Any business that relies on the general public or for their benefit. Privately run companies that currently have 15 or more employees. Is ADA compliance mandatory? The Americans with Disabilities Act. ADA requires businesses to make reasonable accommodations for those with recognized disabilities, but only if those businesses fall within the ambit of the law. If your business is on the small side or doesn't cater to the public, it may not need to comply with the ADA who is subject to ADA requirements. The ADA covers employers with 15 or more employees, including state and local governments. It also applies to employment agencies and to labor organizations. The ADA's non-discrimination standards also apply to federal sector employees under Section 501 of the Rehabilitation Act, as amended, and its implementing rules. What is considered a violation of ADA? A violation can occur when job postings discourage individuals with disabilities from applying, exclude them, or deny a qualified individual employment because of their disability. It is an ADA violation for any employer to demote, terminate, harass, or fail to provide reasonable accommodations to disabled employees. How do companies and organizations comply with ADA? 6 strategies for ADA compliance in the workplace. Avoid disability assumptions. Upwards of 10% of people in the U.S. live with an invisible disability. Follow the official process. Maintain thorough documentation. Treat workers as individuals. Digital accessibility matters too. Keep in mind the FMLA. What is considered a violation of ADA? A violation can occur when job postings discourage individuals with disabilities from applying, exclude them, or deny a qualified individual employment because of their disability. It is an ADA violation for any employer to demote, terminate, harass, or fail to provide reasonable accommodations to disabled employees. What are some examples of ADA violations? Websites that do not comply with ADA rules have single-digit A, AA and AAA violations. Failing to install a wheelchair ramp to access a place that is open to the public. Having a lack of handrails on staircases or walkways. Failing to install adequate handicap restroom accommodations or parking spots in the parking lot of a public place. Last but not least, where do individuals file ADA complaints? If you believe that you or another person has been discriminated against by an entity covered by the ADA, you may file a complaint with the Disability Rights Section, DRS, in the Department of Justice. You may submit your complaint online or by mail or facsimile. For information, visit the official website at ada.gov. Thank you for your time. Please connect with us for assistance with adding an ADA compliance code to your business website. We are offering a 25% discount as a thank you for watching the entire video. Of course, we appreciate referrals to your fellow local business owners. We wish you continued success.